Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, as you can see, I'm in a garage once again, and yeah, what does this mean? It means I'm gonna work on the bike again, and yeah, hope to fix the biggest issue of the Tenere 700, at least for me, and I saw many others that have the same opinion, and that's the exhaust. I don't really have a problem with it, with how it looks and how it sounds, but yeah, the position is just too bad, especially if you plan on riding off-road where the terrain isn't even. Yeah, it can get bent pretty easily, and yeah, this bracket can just snap off after time, so I wanted to fix that. As you can see, it's already pretty close to the swing arm, and yeah, then if you bend it in and forget to bend it back out, it can just scratch this entire swing arm, and yeah, it just looks terrible. I've seen some horror photos online, so yeah, let's hope we can prevent that by installing a high exhaust. But before I do that, I will have to deal with the stock indicators first, because yeah, they're just too big and they would melt here if the exhaust comes out like that, and they're directly in front. So I will have to install these small LED blinkers. Another option is, if you don't want to install new blinkers, you can install a tail tidy, but to me it just looks, I don't know, ugly. I really like the standard tail, and it also protects you from the dirt. I've seen people online that even went back to the standard one because yeah, they got too dirty. So yeah, I'm gonna install these ones. I also bought some wires because yeah, it's just easier. There are just a few euros. You could also solder the cables to the original blinkers. You'd have to cut it, but yeah, I just went with this option. And then you of course need the adapters as well, because these blinkers are round and these ones have different shape. And when you install the LED blinkers, you of course also need the relay. I'm gonna change that as well. Whew, yeah, it's been a couple of months since I've vlogged, so yeah, I'm a bit rusty. Had to do a few takes of this. Okay, now let's install, and yeah, let's see. First, the blinkers. Let's go. Alright guys, finally I'm finished with the blinkers. Man, this took so long, really. Whew, this tailpiece is just incredible. You really need time to do this, to change the blinkers or do anything else here on the tail. Okay, now let's test it out. Hazard lights, no problems. Left works, right works, perfect. Had to install the relay, as you probably saw, and yeah, that was also pretty easy. Yeah, what do I think of them? To me, they're quite a bit brighter than the original ones. If we compare them, I think they are quite brighter, and also they're pretty much the mini version of the bigger ones, of the original ones, because they have this glass here, so you can still see from the behind if they work or not. And yeah, that's what I really like about them. Plus they're so small, only 2.5 centimeters. So the exhaust, the high exhaust, should be no issue whatsoever. Yeah, I really like that I could keep this part. Let's see how the exhaust will come on. Really interested to see that. Okay, for now it works, which is perfect. Everything even on the display. One thing I did a few days ago was I already tested these two out, because I wanted to see if I maybe will order 2 more for the front, and I did order them, so in the coming days I'm gonna install the front two as well. Yeah, when I plug them into this side here, I removed this one and I tested them out just if they work. And yeah, I tested the first one out, it was perfect, no problems. And then the second one, and yeah, when I did something, I twisted it a bit around, and then suddenly everything stopped working. All the lights, all the indicators, and yeah, the other lights worked, but the indicator stopped. And yeah, nothing worked. It was like that. Also the screen was like that, even if I pressed something. Then I went onto the internet to see what the problem could be, because I had no idea, and yeah, also couldn't find anything. The only thing I found was that if the bike doesn't start, it's best to check the fuse. And yeah, that's what I did. I checked the manual, of course, to see which fuses are there. And yeah, I checked out the signaling fuse, I think it's called. And yeah, that one was all right. I think it's here. Yeah, this one. And this was the hazard lights. And yeah, this one was blown. So I probably somehow attached the 2 wires together of the indicator, because I didn't have the tube on, the rubber tube. And yeah, it is what it is. I replaced the fuse and everything works perfectly. So yeah, that's my little story on how I learned something new. So yeah, let's now continue with the high exhaust. Alright guys, here we go. Finally the exhaust is finished. High exhaust. Wasn't too hard to install, but it just looks amazing. Silver beauty. And yeah, as you can see, there won't be any problems, I think, with melting, and I can still keep the original tail. So yeah, I'd say maybe maximum 4 centimeters long indicators can be used with this, and yeah, more than that probably won't be a good idea. So yeah, this is how it looks. And now let's compare the old exhaust with the new one. Let's go. More bassy. Okay, so I think it sounds quite a bit better than the old one, and it looks also, I think, better, and it's also a lot lighter. This one is very heavy, few kilos lighter. I didn't weigh them, but yeah, there's definitely a difference. Yeah, if you use pannier rags like the bigger ones, then probably don't need a high exhaust. The old one is fine, but if you have, like me, saddlebags that's more narrow than the panniers, then I think it's a good idea to maybe get something a bit higher. I don't really care about the sound and all of that. If I did, I'd go with something like a Krapovic or something, but I just wanted to change the position, and yeah, that's all that matters, as cheaply as possible, and of course that it's legal here in Europe as well, which this one is approved. So yeah, happy with how it looks, but I have one problem now, because yeah, as you can see, it's now pretty close here to where the saddlebag goes over. So I wanted to install another thing, which is this rack. It should come something like this, as you can see, and yeah, it would be nice because it would protect the side plastics, so the saddlebag doesn't rub against it, and also nice because you can then mount something on the sides, and also it protects the saddlebag from the exhaust. So yeah, I think this would be a good option, but I had a problem here on this side. You get a bracket like this, and yeah, you have to mount it here to the foot pegs, but now that I have a high exhaust, this really isn't possible. So yeah, I will have to, I don't know, make some kind of DIY bracket to mount it here on this side. On the other side is no problem, but here I would need to do that, or I would have to remove the foot pegs, the passenger foot pegs, and yeah, then it would, or it should work. But yeah, I think we should find a solution. If not, I will just remove this, and yeah, but I'll deal with that later, because I don't need it at the moment in the winter. And we'll continue with the next thing I want to upgrade, and this is a thicker bash plate. So let's go. plate is finished, the upgraded one. I think it looks pretty nice. It's a bit thicker, 4 millimeters, compared to this one. It's pretty thin. Also remove this upper part, but yeah, I don't think I have to explain why it's a good idea to install a thicker bash plate. So let's continue with the next thing, which will be the front LED indicators. Alright guys, as you can see, front blinkers are finished. Let me turn them on. Pretty bright. Also perfectly in sync with the display and the back side. Yeah, also one thing, I went back and opened the tail again off camera, because when I stopped, when I completed the installation, the video of how I installed the blinkers, I noticed that the connection isn't that great. Sometimes it was working, sometimes not, so I decided to cut those adapters that I bought and just wire them by hand, like turning. I saw a good video online how you can do that without soldering, basically. So yeah, I did that, and then I also used these shrink tubes, and yeah, just to seal the connection. And yeah, it should work now without any problems. I think it's even more secure than using these adapters. So yeah, now it's actually a few days later. As you can see, I even got my hair cut. So yeah, I had the time to come up with a solution for the bracket or the side rack exhaust problem. So as you know, here I had to do something because the original part wouldn't let the exhaust stay in the position. So I found a bracket like that, 90 degrees. I think it's actually made for wood, or at least that's what I was using these adapters for some years ago. But yeah, it's very strong. Yeah, so I cut it a little bit here, shaped it around a bit so it's not that visible. I painted it, spray painted it, and I made bigger holes, of course, so the bolts can go through. Yeah, so this shouldn't go anywhere, and on the other foot peg or other bolt of the foot peg I use just a small spacer that's just as thick as this bracket. So yeah, that should be a good enough solution for now. I don't think I will have problems, especially with soft luggage that I use and that I plan to use for the foreseeable future. So yeah, now I'm finished with the main part. I installed everything that I wanted. I'm really happy with the result. Also here you probably noticed that I re-glued these side pads. As you probably saw in the previous videos, it was all the way down here somewhere. Yeah, the glue, the original Chinese glue wasn't really that good. Hopefully this 3M will work a bit better also on the other side. Yeah, we'll see. It's supposed to be heat resistant as well. Here this upper part is still original Chinese. Here you can see it's peeled off a bit, but yeah, for now it's okay. Also this side still looks great. Alright guys, and that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully I'll be able to go on a short ride, or a very short ride, in the coming days when it warms up a bit, especially to test this one out, this bad boy. I'm really looking forward to that, and yeah, just to see how the bike looks outside on the road. Yeah, will be just great, I think. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you can give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.